for us to hear from one of the top outsourcing company in the Philippines. I wish I could be there in Cloudstaff, but it's super huge
You're
company
too busy where you are now.
yeah, you know that.
Question, I can't share my screen. I don't have the capabilities. Can you give me access for that?
Sure. Sorry
Or I can
about
share my slides with you. That's fine.
Try now.
Oh,
yeah,
let me try again.
now.
George, are you the
Okay,
IT expert?
Yeah, well, not really, but there you go.
There it is. All right, cool.
okay, maybe
I
we
don't
can
use
start.
Zoom very often, so forgive me if I. Oh, there I go. I got you. Yeah, ready when you guys are.
Okay, one more minute and then we can start for a prayer.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to volunteer for a prayer before we start, we always start with a prayer. Accounting people know that. So anyone who wants to volunteer, I think Tatay George, would you do the honor?
Pass.
Okay. I'll be the one to pray. Okay, let's start. So let's bow our head and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Lord, thank you for this wonderful Thursday. Again, thank you for this community. Again, thank you for Joseph and Sheena for saying yes to us, accounting peoples. And again, bless all the people in accounting peoples, Cloudstaff, the speaker, and each and every one of us. Lord, I know you have the reason for bringing us here, and I just want to say thank you for the talent, the wisdom, and the talent of all the people here. Again, thankful for the life, thankful for the knowledge and wisdom you given to me. And again, I hope after this webinar they gain a lot of knowledge and confidence to apply in every jobs. And I'm only wishing them all the best, clients, and financial freedom and time freedom for all of us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. So again, good evening, accounting people. So just to give you an idea how I come up with this kind of webinar, as we all know, since 2021, I built this community with a mission and vision to have a community where we can share opportunity, sharing knowledge, a friendship, a family. So just to give an idea, Joseph, August 2021, Epic Group Accounting Peoples started for only 150 members. Now we're already 10,200. Of course, with the help of my admin and fellow bookkeepers. So I still encourage everyone to pass this kind of culture and mission to help other people. So if you already have, I told them, if you have already the client, it's time for you to pay it forward. So again, thank you for saying yes, Joseph, because I saw how valuable and how happy our Filipino peoples for having Cloudstaff in the Philippines. But without further ado, I think maybe Joseph can introduce the company and himself. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you. And thank you for having me, everyone. This is a huge honor, to be honest. And look, it sounds like it's you guys are grateful to have me, but I'm grateful to be here. I'm always excited to meet more people in the Philippines. And the reason I work in what I'm doing is because I have such a passion to help people get the careers that they want and to help inspire them to get more money, better lifestyles, and ultimately more success in their career. And I think if anyone here didn't want that, they're probably in the wrong webinar, and I doubt you would have joined, right? So that's why we're here. Now, I will start off by giving a little introduction to who we are, of course. So can people raise their virtual hand on here, guys? I'm a facilitator, so I love being interactive, right? So forgive me if I get you interactive and off your seats. At some stage, we may be dancing all together. I don't know. It depends, you know, how we're feeling. So let's see. Can we raise our hand? Is that a thing that can happen on here, guys? No, maybe you can put in the chat box. And I just want to know if you know who Cloudstaff is. Oh, you can raise your virtual hand. All right. I want to know who knows who Cloudstaff is. Who has a friend, family, loved one who's seen advertising? Who's heard about Cloudstaff? Give me a raised hand or a thumbs up or some type of thing. Yes, a lot of people. Very cool. Very cool. All right, and there's quite a lot of us that actually haven't heard of Cloudstaff before. Are people able to come off mute on here, or is it only some people? I know in some webinars we can't get people off mute. Like if I said to Donna. Hey, Donna, can you come off mute and share with me, something? Is that possible, George?
They should be able to do that.
All right, let's test it on Donna. Donna's starting to sweat now. Hey, Donna. Quick question for you, Donna. Where are you located in the Philippines? Donna Saldua.
Oh,
I
hi.
don't know yet.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Joseph.
Hi. Where are you located in the Philippines?
Oh, yeah, I'm currently located in Mindanao.
Mindanao, okay.
Pretty far from where you're at.
Yes, okay, that's interesting. And have you heard of the Cloudstaff before?
Well, I'm kind of brand FP and I'm showing Cloudstaff, but I didn't really know exactly what the company is. So it's great that you're here so we could explain to everyone.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Now we're also mindful that, freelancing is what you guys focus on. And, Cloudstaff does have a different model. It is more around, employment and bringing people on to join clients as full-time Australian, US or UK accountants, right? So I'll try to assist you in ways that we can see how you can still freelance a little and support, and, still grow in passion, but also support Cloudstaff. And we'll also give you some tips and tricks on, applications, how to apply, how to get in. And if you're interested, we can even offer some salary bands. If you're interested to hear more about what's more, profitable to you, freelancing or joining Cloudstaff, what roles, how to get those roles. Usually that's taboo. People are like, don't talk about salary. We're all accountants. We talk about salaries all day. So I'm more than happy if anyone's interested, you can stop me and talk about that too. So let's get into it. So who are we? This is a pretty interesting, there's a few interesting figures here. So Cloudstaff is a top-notch provider of smarter outsourcing solutions for clients all around the world. Awarded as one of the best companies to work for in Asia. We won that 2 years in a row, actually. Cloudstaff is recognized for its exceptional people practices, outstanding employee engagement, and for maintaining ideal working conditions and workplace culture. So I actually worked for a BPO before Cloudstaff, and I moved because Cloudstaff's culture and ethical outlook that we have is just second to none. We are not in the Philippines because we want to, use questions and use people and be unable to give back to the community. And that's why we're here. We want to give back to the community, and you'll see that in everything that Cloudstaff is. So it was interesting, Mindanao. Not so much. I don't. Sheena, do we have an office in Mindanao or close by? We don't, do we? Sheena there.
Hello,
Sheena
can you hear
There
me?
she is. We can hear you,
Yeah,
Sheena.
okay. So currently we don't have yet the physical site in Mindanao. That will be in Davao, but there are planning to open one in Davao. And we also have in Cebu. I don't know yet the exact location in Cebu, but we do have in Cebu site.
Are they close to Mindanao? So Mindanao's south, I guess. So that's pretty cool. So we have 13 offices, but what's interesting about that, guys, is we're actually one of the only BPOs that has primarily people still working from home, even after COVID. We got a question from Soldad. It says, is Cloudstaff offering training for newbies? We're going to get there really soon, Soldad. That will be answered by the end of this this little seminar that we have. So don't stress. So for those of you that aren't in one of our offices, don't stress. We do have work from home roles. And I think, a high percentage of our roles are work from home because we want to give back your flexibility. And I know that's an attractive thing about freelancing, right? Is that flexibility of work from home and to be able to integrate that into your lifestyle. So Cloudstaff definitely has that. Cloudstaff has nearly grown by 2 times every year since it started. So we actually have just about 5,500 talented, amazing people working for Cloudstaff. And out of those people, there's probably 1,000 to 2,000 of those that are actually accountants. So we have a huge chunk of the accounting space, and that includes bookkeeping, accounting, general financial services. There's so much that we do in that space, and there's so much room for growth and talent as well there. We have a 4.5 overall feedback rating on Glassdoor. I think we're probably one of the highest BPOs again. Once again, one of the reasons I've left previous BPO is because, and you've probably seen this, has anyone worked for a BPO? I know a lot of people already have their hands raised, but maybe you can flick it in the chat. Has anyone worked for a BPO before? You know, done some outsourcing or, you know, worked within the industry?
Yeah, anyone here working in BPO company?
Yes.
Yes, nice. Okay, cool. Melissa said yes. There's a few that have popped through. Oh, Amazon, pretty cool, Mel. So I think if you haven't actually worked for one, you've probably been impacted by one in the Philippines. You know, a family, a loved one, friends, some type of, you know, especially in accounting. And so what you find is there's a lot of BPOs with that lack of culture and that lack of care for people. And so one thing you will find about Cloudstaff is we really, really care for the people. And one of the ways is, you know, you would have seen that in our Christmas party, and you can always go onto our Facebook and you can look up more about that Christmas party, or about anything about Cloudstaff, and to see, you know, who we are and what we're about. So that's a little introduction to Cloudstaff. We probably should have put an introduction to ourselves first, right, Sheena? But let's go backwards now and actually share who we are now that you know who Cloudstaff is and why we're here. I think you know, we got a pretty nice introduction. Cloudstaff is definitely one of the biggest in the Philippines. Many people know about Cloudstaff. And when I was over in the Philippines just 2 months ago, whenever I had my logo on, you know, people were very open. They probably looked at me because I'm a tall white man, but you know, I think it was also because it was Cloudstaff. So it's very known in the Philippines, and that's because, you know, we really do care. Let me give a quick introduction. So I'll start with the beautiful Sheena. Sheena, do you want to introduce yourself and say hi?
Yep. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sheena Nicolas, and I've been with in the recruitment field for 12 years now, and I'm currently a recruitment officer and subject matter expert for accounting at Cloudstaff.
Yay. So Sheena is our go-to for all things accounting. I'll often talk to Sheena about accounting. So I was actually an accountant in Australia before I moved into my current role. And so I'm always very passionate about accounting. So Sheena and I work very closely together. Probably too much for Sheena's liking, but too bad.
Recording in progress.
And so now they record. All right, I'll stop saying that. So yeah, we have a lot to do, and Sheena has some really amazing insights into the accounting space. I just got a message from Giselle. I created my Cloudstaff account before, but couldn't complete it. I didn't have a reference then. We'll go through that, Giselle. Maybe we can put that to the side, Sheena, that question. You can write that down and we can answer that when the time comes about having a reference number, because I think you can apply without a reference as well. So let us work through that with you, Giselle, as well. Opportunities for non-accountants, another great question. Can we write that one down as well, Sheena? That's actually a really, really great question too.
Yep.
We'll work through this. We're going to show you some of our JXs, but 100% we have roles. So out of the 5,000 roles that we have, guys, only 2,000 are accountants. Other than that, we have EAs, VAs, marketing, engineers, everything you can think of that's outsourced. So let me just quickly introduce myself, and then we'll go through some questions. So I am Joe, or Joseph Hardy. I am based in Australia. I've been an accountant for 7 years, and I've worked in outsourcing for 3 years. I'm actually the director of Cloudstaff Academy. So I put together training programs that help people get the experience and education they need to land their dream job at Cloudstaff. We'll talk really soon about some of these programs that we do have that actually give people the education they need and how you can apply if you're struggling to get that global experience, or if you have friends and loved ones that are struggling as well. So that's who I am, guys. It's very lovely to be here. I know Sheen is really excited to be here as well. Another question we got is age limit. Let's go through that really soon. Of course, there's no age limit, guys. If you suit the role, you are more than welcome to join Cloudstaff. You could be 103, or you could be, what's the minimum hiring age over there? Would it be 16, 18? Probably 18. 18, yeah. So
18.
yeah. So you guys are all good. Any age is fine. Now, what we want to do is start off, Maritus, yes, you're fine. What we want to do, guys, we actually want to start off with some recruit tips. So we didn't come here to boast all about Cloudstaff, although it's very easy to do so. We actually came here to share some insights into how just to get your dream jobs. And so whether you're looking for more clients in freelancing, or whether you want to join Cloudstaff, or whether there's another opportunity for you, we're going to give you some amazing tips and tricks. Well, Sheena is, because she's the expert at this, on how you can actually be better at finding that job that you want, or that next phase in your career. Like Sheena said, she has 12 years in the industry. She's amazing what she does. She's going to lead this. I'll jump in wherever I can add value, but I'll pass it over to you, Sheena, now to share some recruit tips.
Yep. Thanks, Joe, for that one. So we will be discussing the recruit tips as Joe mentioned a while ago. So I've been in the industry for 12 years now. But mind you guys that I'm not a CPA by profession or accountancy by profession. I am a BS psychology graduate, which is related really when it comes to recruiting applicants. Yep. So we have prepared 4 tips for you to be able to, ace on your application. So for the first slide, next slide, please. Keep your resume sweet and simple. Have you sent? You're wondering maybe if you already sent numbers of job openings and your application have been sent to many of the job openings, but still no gotten a call for an interview, right? So I can relate on that one before I got into this position as well with Cloudstaff. Here's a quick tip on how you can create your striking resume. Number 1, of course, you have to keep it sweet and simple. Okay, your resume is our first impression of who you are as an applicant. Make sure you to put in relevant details, especially your work experiences. And when we say work experiences, aside from the job title, we also need to know your main duties and responsibilities for that role. It is very important to know and very specific on what you do as an accountant or a freelance accountant, bookkeeper, or whatsoever. This is the important so we could match your experience with the requirements of the position you are applying for. And of course, you can also include the tools or technologies that you have experienced. Like for example, when it comes to the software like NetSuite, Oracle, Maya, QuickBooks, Xero, and the likes. And also, of course, you have to specifically include the certifications. Like for example, if you're certified bookkeeper, certified public accountant, or cost accountant as well. So you can add some other details that you want to share, but be careful not to go overboard because too much information. We tend to get bored to read your whole 5 pages resume just to sort everything about and review everything about your resume, because we have a whole interview session for us to get to know you better. Okay, so for that one, that will be number 1 tip. Again, keep it sweet and simple. Next slide, please. Okay, for the next slide, this one will be recruit tips number 2, proofread your resume. Okay, so resumes are typically just like what I mentioned a while ago. There are other applicants submitted like 5 pages, but 1 to 2 pages long. So typos, misspellings, grammatical errors, and incorrect punctuations are usually not tolerable. It is critical to proofread your resume before sending out because a single mistake will stay with you throughout the hiring process. We can no longer edit it once you submitted it. Here are a few ways how to ensure that your resume is free from errors. Number 1, of course, read it very slowly, word for word, line by line. Number 2, utilize editing tools such as spell check and Grammarly. Okay, that is very normal. You can use that one for us to be able to check or double check all of the grammars and words. Number 3, read your resume out loud. You will be able to spot other mistakes when you hear them. And then 4, rest your eyes and reread your resume the next day with a fresh eye. Next with this is read your resume on print. With the new visual format, you may notice errors you missed on screen and whatsoever. And lastly, have someone else check your resume because we tend to overlook our own mistakes. No? So, yep. Now that you know how to make an error-free resume, it's time to check out our hottest roles for the next week. For our next slide, we'll be discussing it later on. Next will be the next recruit tips will be read before you apply. For this one, it is very important for you to be able to apply, or read the job descriptions on what you are applying for. No, I've been applying for a year and sent hundreds of applicants already, but why don't I get hired yet? That's the typical questions that we, receive from our billions of applicants. Why? It's because, you can send multiple applications for sure, but thoroughly read and understand the details of job posting first before you click the apply button. Because we tend to click, 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 and then you don't know that the position that you're applying for is no longer related or match the skills or experience that you have. So put yourself in the shoes of a recruiter. So basically, recruiters will choose the one whose qualifications match more closely with the job requirements. And then the more you know about what you're applying for, the greater the chances of being invited for an interview and hopefully bagging the job. No? So if you're confident that you fit the bill, go ahead and send that resume over without hesitation. And lastly, of course, you have to show genuine interest in the company and the role. Of course, nothing can go wrong if you're well equipped. That's for sure. Prepare for your interview by doing some research and talking to the time to practice. Like if you do have your colleagues or your family members at your house, so you can do a practice on how, or the demo on how to do the interview and answers some of the typical questions that the interviewer are asking for. By coming in prepared, it will be given an impression that you are really care about getting the role. Here's how you can show your genuine interest in the company of the role. Of course, number one, research. Get to know the company and the role you're applying for. Of course, during the time that you will be applying, you are not, the client name is not yet appeared, but eventually the recruiter will mention it to you and give you the specific website of the client. So that's the time that you need to do the research in advance about the client you are being profiled to. It's a big plus for you to know the details of what you are getting into, like what kind of industry, how many employees that they have, and then how big is the company and what kind of they are catering for. Number two, like what I mentioned a while ago, practice. If you're having a hard time answering questions during interview, then why not try to practice going through one? Like, for example, just go to YouTube and then you just have to research some typical questions or FAQs that normally asked by clients or our interviewers. And then number three, of course, prepare questions. You know the drill. There are some clients that will ask you, like, for example, do you have any questions for us? So you will be asked if you got the questions, right? So take this opportunity to prove how much you want the role. Try asking any questions like, do you feel I'm lacking in the particular area or skill set? Something like that. How many people are on the team I'd be part of? Or how is success measured in this position? What's the role management style of the company? And maybe we could ask as well, what is the company culture like? Right? So with that said, of course, that is really important for us to know the client that we are really interested on their company as well as the role that you are applying for. For that one, I think you will ace if you will follow the recruit tips that I've shared with you. I think you will be acing, or you will be get the job done. Okay. Now,
Very cool. Do you mind if I just add some quick things there, Sheena, from a point of view? And I just want to back you up there as well.
Sure.
So one of the things, guys, that's so important is to make sure that you adapt your resume for who the candidate receiving the resume will be. So your future client or future employer, right? So too often we apply for 1.3 million jobs and we send the same resume. We're actually better off applying for 5 jobs and adapting our resume to the right things. So for example, if I'm going for a bookkeeping role and I'm going to be focusing primarily on payroll, I should focus and hone in on the payroll that I've done, the services that I've participated in, and the ways that I've supported clients in payroll. If I'm going in more of a cost accounting role, or if I'm going more in a CMA role, I'm going to be focusing on the financial reports that I know, how to pull those financial reports, what that software is. It's so important. And like I put in the chat, as a person that reads a lot of resumes, and Sheena reads more than me, but really it's a quick overview of a resume. We probably spend maximum a minute reviewing a resume, me personally, and I'm only looking at the first 2 pages. And so it's so important that when you realize what you're handing to someone, whether you're a freelancer or applying for a job, the people that are reading this have limited time, especially if they want you as their freelancing bookkeeper, right? So they are not going to review 5 pages. They're going to have a quick view and say, all right, she or he's good enough. Let's jump on a call with them and actually get to know them. The last thing is when you get into an interview, and Sheena, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the keys here, everyone, is to have confidence in who you are. And I think you all are so amazing. You know, you're here, you're trying to learn. One of the biggest things, one of the most important things to me, it's a quote that I read, is you can train skill, but you can't train personality. And so when we go in, we should be so confident in who we are. And, you know, in the Philippines, I know generally we're very shy people, right? Especially when talking to a Westerner. And so what you need to do is back yourself. I don't care whether you're shy. I don't care if you're an introvert. That's okay. It's not a bad thing to be. You, for that moment, can be sure in yourself and confident in yourself and confident in the role that you can complete. So if ever the time comes and you're feeling a little down on yourself, you can definitely 100% get that job if you're confident. And I've seen that when I've interviewed. The last thing is make sure you are always prepared. I really love that Sheena shared that. So one of the worst things that can happen is in an interview, I can say to someone, hey, do you know who Cloudstaff is? And they say no. And I say, well, why did you apply for the role? If you don't know who we are, you don't know who our culture is, you obviously don't care about this role, you know, it doesn't really matter to me. And it's the same thing for those clients. One of the biggest things at the end of the interview, if you know the client good enough, is you know how to access them. So for a freelancer, or whether it's at Cloudstaff, and it does vary client to client, sometimes we'll ask that you don't contact a client. But if you have access to them on LinkedIn, if you have access to them in different ways, at the end of the interview, no matter the outcome, we thank them for their time. We thank them and we follow up and we stay connected to them. If someone's interviewing 40 people, right, you're going to slip out of their mind if you're one of the first people getting interviewed. And so polite follow-ups, check-ins, making sure they're okay and thanking them for their time is an absolute key to success. These things are so important. The last one I want to do is 100% check your resumes for spelling and grammar. I actually had someone placed last week. I think you were helping with this, Sheena, and the person I know is a really strong candidate. They didn't even get looked at because there was too many grammar errors in the resume. For accountants, grammar errors seems like to people mathematical errors. If you can't even check your grammar, then how can we trust that you'll check your math? And so you need to make sure that this is checked. There are some amazing things like Grammarly. You can jump into Grammarly, you can use Word. Another really good one that I use is called Quillbot. And sorry, I'm going a bit crazy here, Sheena. But Quillbot here, guys, and I'll share this in the chat, is a really incredible. You can post something in here and it will actually reword, readjust, check spelling for you, and you can get those fixed. Now, obviously, you want to review before to make sure it makes sense English-wise. But what I want to focus on here is don't just be the last person to read your resume. There's actually been more than one time that I've applied for a job and I wonder why I didn't get it. And I read through my resume and I realize, wow, I didn't even make sense. All right. The other thing to realize this, and to be really, really transparent with you, Westerners want to deal with people that they're not going to struggle to communicate with, right? Realistically, guys, and I'm being very straightforward with you here. And so if your resume doesn't show that, they're not even going to give you the chance to talk to them. Okay. So if you want to succeed, make sure you check that and you use the right language and you really, really get involved. The last thing here is when you are in interviews, don't stress if you're struggling a little bit with the English. Slow down, take your time. It's okay to ask people to repeat questions. Sorry, I didn't understand that. Do you mind repeating? And just really understand the question. These are my little tips and tricks. I hope I didn't take too much there, Sheena. I'm ready for you to jump back on.
Yep, I just wanted to add something or additional career hunting tips because some of our applicants or tend to, be get rejected and feel, down whenever they are applying. So patience and persistence. That's number one. Let's be real. Finding a job is not easy, right? So you go through rejection. Some doesn't even get back to you. It may take 120 or even hundreds of applications and interviews and rejections. But don't fret. There's always someone there who's willing to hire you, and it's part of a thrill and journey of finding of your new dream career. Once you get hired, hopefully, you realize that all of the hard work is worth it. So that's my last recruit tips for you guys, for those who are finding a job right now. Yeah.
I love that, Sheena. And you know, the right people will see your value. So it's hard not to get disheartened and to stop trying as hard the next round. But I've been declined from jobs that I 100% know I'm suited for, and I don't know why, and I get really down on myself. Perhaps it's a great thing because you weren't a good fit culturally. So try not to get down on yourself. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that, Sheena. That's awesome.
Yep. Okay,
All right.
so let's move on with the career opportunities that Cloudstaff has, so especially for the accounting roles that we are open. I saw on our chat box that if we are offering as well with the non-accounting roles, we do also have, but we will be sharing it to you first, the accounting roles that we have. So first will be, next slide, please. Tax accountant. So for this tax accountant, we have like 10 seats that we are open right now or looking for. It is a work from home setup. We have US and then AU tax accountant for that one. The next.
So keep in mind, guys, that we're global, right? So we're not gonna indicate what country this is in. We're just doing really high level. But we also have a number of roles. So we have junior tax accountant, intermediate tax accountant, senior tax accountant in the US, UK, and AU, right? So whatever skill you have, it's a really, really great fit for you. If you have that tax knowledge, really, really awesome. Why am I not going next?
Next, we also have the mergers and acquisition corporate deal analyst. This is more on the fund accounting industry. These are work from home setup. We also have US as well as the AU. They are also looking for managers as well as junior and specialists as well.
So you'll see most of our roles, guys, work from home if that's what you want. And I know a lot of people in the Philippines want that flexibility right now. So we have a lot of work from home roles.
Okay, we have next, we have auditors. Right now, we're currently in need of a bunch of senior auditors, junior auditors, and auditor manager, and specifically in AU and US as well. Since this season is a audit season, so our clients specifically, one of our big top 5 in Australia client is really looking a bunch of senior auditors, auditor staff, as well as audit manager.
And if you think that, oh, I don't have Australian audit experience, you'll be surprised at how close auditing in the Philippines is to Australia and the US. And so if you're unsure, you can always apply, guys. Don't ever feel like you can't, especially for those auditing roles, very similar.
And then we have accountants. For accountants, work from home setup, if you will notice on our job description, they're looking for a minimum of 2 years with 0 advisor certifications. These are the things that I mentioned a while ago when it comes to recruit tips. It is very important that we have to include our certifications as well as the experience in using some softwares and tools. But there are some of our accountants role that are, preferred only, and they're willing to give some trainings when it comes to the software that they are using in their country or in their industry as well.
And I would say that this would be more of a senior accountant, guys. So if you're looking at this and thinking, wow, that's quite advanced, don't stress. As a general accountant, this is quite senior. I would say intermediate to senior. So 3 years, is quite a bit. Auditing skills not always needed in a general accounting role. A bachelor's degree generally is needed for an accounting role. And then this 0 certification, not always needed. One thing I stress is put as much software as you can do on your resume, but also understand there's so many free certifications out there. If you guys aren't 0 certified, QuickBooks certified, and my business certified, then you've wasted free training right now that could be on your resume, and you could say that you know this software. So if you want to take one thing from this, it's go get certified in all 3 of those major softwares in Australia as well. Really important. We got a question from May. Sheena, I don't know if you want to answer that right now in the chat, or if you want to park it like the other ones.
Do you also hire Filipinos applicants who are outside Philippines? We can, actually we can. However, of course, there are some restrictions, like we provided equipments like PC, internet, equipments to our specific employees. So if ever there will be some Filipinos applicants who are outside in the Philippines, we can discuss that one. Separately.
Jesusa, were you asking a question, or did you come off mute accidentally? Maybe an accident. Yep. Cool. Thanks, Sheena.
Yep, I think. Thanks, Sheena. That's
We
okay.
also got another question.
Joe,
Sorry, Sheena.
Yep, we do have another question.
Oh, you got it.
It's from Leilani Abelia. Thank you for that one. Quick questions. Do you require a full-time post, or do we have part-timer? Yeah, that's a good question, Leilani. So technically, what Cloudstaff is offering is full-time. We do have some part-time, but we prioritize our other employees who can, render part-time. But as of the moment, we are only offering full-time.
And I think with that, Sheena, sorry, I'll just take over a little bit there.
Yep.
We are growing, in the future potentially to that part-time with the CS Now and the some of those. But I like what you said in regards to the fact that we do prioritize those full-time roles. And the reason for that, guys, is most people are looking for that partial part-time. Sorry, do you mind if I just get one of the admin, George? Do you mind just putting Jesusa on mute? She's just getting she's just off mute, giving us a bit of feedback there. So, sorry, Jesusa, Gender. There she goes. She got it. Thank you. So yeah, there definitely is. And I would say don't not apply if you are just part-time, but just note that it is harder to get a job. I think out of the 5,500, there'll be a small fraction that actually got part-time, right, Sheena? Very small.
Yep. And then next we have, wait a moment, where are, Adela from Adela Sanguyo. I always wanted to be in an AU market. However, AU experience is always required. Are you open to somebody without an AU experience? Wow, that's good question. Yes, definitely yes. We do have a bunch of clients that are what do you call this one? Entertaining or accepting applicants who do not have any AU or nor US applicants or US global experience. So yep, we do have a bunch of applicants that are already our employees who don't have any global experience. I hope I answered your question, Adela. And next we have George. George, how about FlexiSCADs? We do have some FlexiSCADs, George. However, these are for, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, it's more on for high level position. These are for the managerial level as well as with the director level. But with our accountants, we will be following the timeline, if it is AU or US timeline.
Can I just share why that is though, guys? So remember, when it comes to freelancing, generally you're your own boss, right? And you probably have more than one client. So hopefully you do, or else you may not have enough work, or maybe you do have one client and they just give you work and say, good luck, just get it done when you can by this deadline. The difference is that when you work for Cloudstaff and work for a client, you're employed by Cloudstaff, but you're actually in that firm. You're considered one of their team members in that firm. So you work the shift that firm works. So in Australia, that's generally from 9 till 6, which would be your 7 till 4. And so it really does depend on what that firm does. Now, like Sheena says, as you do go up, there is more flexibility. So obviously, when all of you become CFOs and you're incredible, or even a little bit lower than that, right? So like even a management role generally has some more flexibility because you'll be juggling your time between shifts or between work or between different things. Ultimately, it's all about trust. So some clients will give you, flexi shift early if they can trust you, others won't. It all depends. And it all depends on the job as well, obviously, I can be a little more flexible at Cloudstaff because I do things like this, but my previous job were really strict. Come to the office, it has to be 9 till 6. That was their requirement. And so that's what I did. And so it definitely does depend. The other thing that this links to is actually what type of shifts we have. We're around the clock 24/7. And like I said, we align with the client. However, generally we have 3 specific shifts, right, Sheena? And that would be the AU, UK, and the US shift. What would those times be, Sheena, in the Philippines equivalent for those 3 shifts?
Like for the AU, Joe, we do have it's either 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then or 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then for the UK shift, we also have 12 noon or 1 or 2. It depends on the client, and then they will be ending like 11 p.m. or 12 midnight. And then for the US, of course, these are typically started their shift at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., something like that. But we have this one client that they gave somewhat shift time, which is started at 1 a.m. to 11 a.m., something like that.
Yeah. So it does depend on the client, and we'll obviously have
Yep.
the information on the roles. And so you won't get a job and then we'll say, hey, surprise, it's night shift. And so we'll make sure we are very clear and detailed with what we have. We do have quite a few more questions. What we might do is park these for now, guys, because let us get through our presentation real quick. We might answer some of these. If we don't get through them all, can I actually get someone to send me a copy of these, and then I'll get an email address off each of you. I'll get that sent to me, and we'll send you answers to all of these questions and then some more information about Cloudstaff as well and how you can, we'll even send you the tips and tricks if that's okay with everyone. If we do have a bit of time at the end, we'll go back to the questions, but if not, I think that's probably going to be the best thing, right, Yan Yan?
Yeah, I think that's totally fine and great. Yeah, good idea.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, after this call, or maybe if you have time, I will send a list. You can fill up the form because I requested to have your emails just to give you an update to Cloudstaff. So maybe we have time. I'll send the link, just fill it out the form, and then I'll give it to Cloudstaff, Joseph and Sheena the list, so you are aware of the latest job post.
Yep, that's great.
And then Yan Yan, could you just take a screenshot of all the questions as well, and we'll review those questions and answer them too specifically. Or George, whoever's the admin, that can take a screenshot of that. So guys, we'll make sure we answer every single question. If you do have more questions, please keep posting, because we'll shoot back and answer those questions as well.
Yeah, because I think it's already 10 p.m. to Joseph, I think.
It's all right.
Am I right? 10 p.m.
I love it. Yeah, it's 10:15 for me, but that's okay. We got 15 more minutes here with you, don't we? Is that okay?
Actually, just to give additional to Cloudstaff, Joseph and Sheena, which is I've been always teaching them to really make it simple, the resume. Research the clients, especially the website. I told them to be ready 5 minutes before the time, and then always ask question if something's not clear. Just be yourself during the interview. Again, I remember when Joseph and I met last year, we interview each other, but I said he has a great offer. If you're the type of person who wants, sorry for the term, money, it's a great opportunity. He wants me to be on the job site, but then again, I say no. So it's okay to say no, and just just be transparent and honest to the client. Don't say yes just for the sake of being in the position, and then later on you will not perform. So I'd rather say yes, I know immediately, and then I create a relationship with Joseph. We always say hi and hello. So again, there's no burning bridges. So because I believe there's a lot of opportunity Cloudstaff can offer, but just saying to be on, I want also to be in Cloudstaff. I saw the group, their events. I want to be part of those big events, but of course, I have a choice. You also have a choice. Just have a clarity on your goals and careers if you will join Cloudstaff, because again, remember, they are also liable to their clients. So if your performance will not perform well, it will reflect to the Cloudstaff, and you will ruin the relationship, and your of course your personal life, your professional will be affected. So as early as now, you have to be clear on your goals and getting clients. You have to choose your ideal client. If you find out that Cloudstaff is your ideal client, then go for it. Perform well, and for sure Cloudstaff will give you and compensate well, because 18 years in industry is so amazing and awesome company. So again, if you have any more questions, yeah, please feel free to ask. Are you
Yes.
have time, Joseph?
Do you mind if I go through one more slide?
Sure.
Yeah, is that okay? So guys, I really love what Yan Yan said there. It's 100% true. Don't take a job because you feel you need to, because you won't last. And we want people that are going to last. That's good for you. It's good for us. So thank you for sharing that. That's really incredible insights from you. Let me go through this slide here, because I know this is going to be something that a lot of you are wondering, or maybe a friend has this: limited or global or no global experience. We told you that Cloudstaff cares about the Philippines, right? The CEO and founder of Cloudstaff came to me actually and said, Joe, can you build us a program that gives people the skills and experience to get them a global job? And so we have a program called the Fast Track Program for accountants, and it is for bookkeepers as well. The Cloudstaff Academy has established the Fast Track Program that allows local Philippine candidates with limited or even no global experience to join our programs and advance their global career. So if you've got 3+ years Philippine experience, you're eligible to join these programs. These programs go for 2 months. We hire people full-time in these programs, full-time employment. You get HMO, full-time salary. The salary is about 35,000 pesos if you don't have any global experience. And if you have some global experience, it's about 43,000 pesos. It goes up at the end of training once you land your job with a client. The training is led by senior accountants, and it's holistic training. So end to end, we teach you all the way from Australian and US like culture, communication, all the way to bookkeeping, payroll, all the way to taxation, how to complete an ITR, CTR, everything you can think of about taxation and business services, we'll actually train. Now, it is definitely something that's sought after right now, and we do get quite a few candidates applications. If you're interested, the ad goes up, and then once we fill our quota, we actually remove it. So you need to add us on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook. That's where we post once the ad is live for our fast track programs, and you can apply and get your or your loved one or family member into this as well. Pretty amazing programs. We would love to see you there. And that is from us at Cloudstaff, right? Sheena, did I miss anything about the fast track program, Sheena?
Yep. Currently we are on the batch 2, and we are planning to have more batches for us to help all of the accountants
right.
who wanted to, upskill their career in global industry accounting. So we
That's
wanted
true.
to be part of that one.
Yes, I forget we have a meeting tomorrow, don't we, Sheena, to go through some of the applications. So guys, if you're on our social media, you'll see a post really soon in the next week or so about this fast track program. If you're not, add us. We would love to see you on there. Loved ones, friends, families, all they need is experience, like I said, and an accounting degree, so they could be ready to go. Please note, this is just about accounting. We have 1,000,001 roles in different things. You can actually go and look. We have, why isn't it? Oh, sorry, this is a video. We don't have time for this video, guys, but there is a video here for our CS jobs. You can just go to Cloudstaff jobs and view all of our amazing jobs that we actually have. You'll see from, like I said, marketing, EA, VA, just about anything that your family suits. I don't know what's going on here. And then for anyone that's interested as well, we'll send you this QR code in the email out once we get your emails. You can actually just scan this and it will take you to Cloudstaff jobs. You could fill out an application right now on your phone. Really, it's not much. Put in an application and we'll link you to a job. So if you do have the time, we would love to see you in there. If you don't, if you're not interested in joining Cloudstaff, but you've just appreciated this presentation about tips and tricks, please still add us on social media to track us. We just want to be in the community. You can add Sheena, you can add myself. I'm always posting random things, as Yan Yan said, and I'm reaching out to people. I'll also post in the Facebook group whenever we have a role that needs to be filled, that we're struggling to find some talent with the permission of Yan Yan, and you guys can share that with your network as well. Guys, thank you so much for your time. We have loved being here, and we'll answer all your questions. Please give us your emails and we'll answer all those questions over the next couple of days. Thanks, Yan Yan, for having us.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much. We've learned a lot, and the opportunity is so amazing and overwhelming. So we're all excited to be part of that Fast Track program. Even me, I want to enroll. Yeah, because I know.
Join us.
Yeah, continuous learning, because I was also before work in Australian company, but maybe will be my last question will be, because this is the common problem of freelancer and other group members. Sometimes they see you should have Australian experience. So maybe this is the way of helping you guys to have an Australian experience, because you will be trained by Cloudstaff Fast Track. This is your answer to your prayers, how to be part of Australian, because most of you are mommies, so you are not able to work graveyard, right? So again, there's a lot of opportunities for us in Cloudstaff. So just have to invest. Okay, and thank you so much, Joseph. But before you leave, can we have a picture taking first?
Yeah, only if I'm allowed to do peace signs.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, is that okay?
1, 2, 3. All right, it's a 9-page. I don't know if you can still wait. Okay, just smile. And again, open your camera just to saying thank you to Joseph, Sheena, and Cloudstaff team for having us tonight. I know their time is so precious, but they're able to give us this kind of small talk and opportunities for us. Again, thank you so much, Joseph and Sheena. So it's a 9 pages. Open your cam, guys. Because I will send this picture to Joseph, maybe,
Yes.
You
Do you
can
mind if I
still
share it on my social media? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The link
Yep.
Guys, add me on social media, all right? Add me on
Yes.
LinkedIn.
And I'm looking forward to meet Sheena and Joseph soon. I'll
Yep.
Yes,
try my best
please.
to meet you guys. All right, it's a 9 smile. Okay. So the details of the Fast Track, I think they will email you, because just just fill up the form so I can have your emails and give you this kind of newsletter or any news from Cloudstaff, so you can enroll.
Yeah.
Right?
Awesome,
Any
guys.
more questions? Thank you so much, Joseph and Sheena. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Thank
Joseph.
you.
Thanks
Please
for
post
being
any
here.
questions that you have, guys, and George and Yan Yan will copy those and send them to us,
Thank
and we'll get back to you
you.
really soon.
All right, I will. No problem.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thanks,
again.
team.
Yeah.
Thank you
We'll
very
see you guys really
much.
soon. Thank you
Thank
again.
you.
See you, mate.
See you
Okay,
later.
Thank you. Thank
See you
you.
guys.
Okay. Okay, Tagalog na. Did you understand? Tagalog tayo, so na. Okay, alright. Ang hirap.
Nosebleed.
May questions ba kayo? Mukhang nasagot naman nila yung ibang question, yung ano nila, no? Yung mga worries nyo, yung problem nyo, bakit walang experience. So baka yun yung sagot sa prayers nyo. And then meron din naman tayong mga coaches na may Australian experience sa loob, so makakatulong. Do you have any more question? Hahanapin ko pa yung isang speaker natin. Pinadala ko na yung ticket teka lang.
May enrollment fee po ito.
For sure, kasi fast track. Pero hindi ko lang alam kung magkano. Kaya kailangan ko yung email nyo, guys. Sana mag-fill up kayo ng form. Alam ko yung iba naka-fill up na. Sana mag-fill up kayo here, kasi ito yung pinaka-master list ng accounting people. If you notice, kapag nag-fill up kayo, nakakatanggap kayo ng email from us. Sinong di nakatanggap ng email? Ng sulat ni Mayora, hindi nakatanggap. O yan, hindi pa kayo kabilang sa master list. So, pakipila para makatanggap kayo ng sulat galing sa akin. Kasi madalas po nag-i-invite kami through, napansin nyo, ang dami, marami ako nagpapadala sa inyo sa group. Diba? Pag lahat naman ng free pinamimigay natin, so, lagi kayong standby sa Skype, sa FB group, and then sa main group, may chat group community na rin sa labas. Ang dami na ng group, nahihilo na ako saan ako sumusuot na group. Napansin nyo ba yon? Ayan. So anyway, any more question?
Miss Yan,
Yes?
Question po. Yung pong ano, yung fill upan, yung accounting Pifolz master list, since nakaka-receive naman po ako ng email from you po, katulad po itong invitation, kailangan ko po ba ulit
Ay,
mag-fill
hindi
out
na. Okay na
ito?
yun. Kasi
Hindi
yung
na po?
master list namin, actually, nag-fill up na nasa 1,000. Opo. Opo, Ruben.
Ayun.
Yes. O, diba?
Opo, okay.
Ayan,
Tapos,
dumami na tayo.
yan na rin po,
Ah,
miss yan
cute.
yung ano, yung
Ibibigay
isi-send din
ka.
po kay Cloudstaff.
Nasa
Okay po.
1,300 na to. So kung wala pa kayo sa list, kanina kasi binibilang ko yan, kala nyo 1198 yan kahapon. Ngayon 1322 na. So meaning yung mga newbies hindi nakaka-receive. So magkano yun? 1320 that's 119. 100 na yung nadagdag. Ayan. Send ko ba yung
Okay
link?
po.
Habang naantay natin yung guest speaker. Excited ba kayo dito? Nabait ko no? Bait ni Joseph.
Opo. Yung training po kaya ano, on-site?
Kasi dati, nung inalok ako niya, hindi ko alam kung paano kami nagkakilala. Basta sa LinkedIn lang din kami nag-isip. Last year pa kami magkausap. Na-hire nila ako kasi mag-training sa BGC. Sabi ko, hindi ako pwede sa kahit hybrid, ayoko hybrid. Pero maganda yung bigayan. Maganda bigayan dyan. Kung gusto niyo lang ng bigayan. Pero again, sabi ko nga sa inyo, hindi kasi talaga pwede na sa akin ng on-site eh.
Coach, may tanong.
Opo.
May tanong si Rafael David.
Yes po, sir.
Naka-raise hand eh.
Sir Rafael?
Kanina pa yan, sir. Wala naman.
Kanina ba yan?
Oh, kanina pa.
Josephine Tolentino. May tanong.
Kanina kasi pinataas tayo ng kamay, di ba?
Pinataas.
Hindi na nababa yung kamay.
Josephine, may tanong ka?
Ay, sorry po, wala po. Ay, hindi
Wala
ko
rin,
na nababa.
Yung training niya,
Sorry.
guys, is on, dati kasi on-site, meron naman silang work from home din. Maganda yung company nila, kung mapansin nyo, ang dami nila. Umuwi dito yung may-ari last year, may nakita ko sa laki ng event talaga nila. If you gusto nyo yung mga ganon, yung baka feel nyo na ulit mag-back sa sa on-site o hybrid. Meron din namang alam ko work from home. Baka kaya lang sila nagpuntahan kasi live yun, nakita-kita sila. Iba pa rin kasi pag nakita-kita, iba pa rin yung feeling. So, hindi kami nagkita last time nasa Pampanga. Siya naman nagsabi, yan. Sabi niya, catch up tayo, puntahan ng Pampanga. Nawala na sa isip ko kasi nga, wala. Tapos bumalik na pala siya na Australia. So, sabi niya, catch up na lang doon next time. So, naalala ko siyang invite kasi sayang naman, di ba? So, maganda rin yung na-open kasi hindi natin alam na marami pala, may pag-ganon pala sila. So, hindi ko rin alam na may ganon sila. Ngayon ko lang din nalaman. So, ang galing din yung nangyari. And then yung mga tips niya, ang ganda ng mga tips, di ba? So, huwag na kayo mag-overthink pag-send ng mga resume. Make it simple and then be honest. Tapos yun, kapag nag-apply kayo doon, totohanin nyo. Kasi ako hindi pwede mag-apply sa nakatali sa 8 hours. Pasend ko ng link. Nahanap ko lang po yung guest speaker Pero pupunta siya. Kasi from Canada pa siya medyo, baka nasa immigration na siya. Yan. Question po. While ano daw? Ano tatanong? Disregard. Nakapilap na po lahat.
Hindi pa po.
Under the, agency siya actually. Under agency kayo, pag Cloudstaff. Yun nga lang, maganda sa kanila kasi yung long term talaga, long term. It's up to you kung ano ba talaga career path nyo. Gusto nyo ba sa kanila talaga agency under kayo? Kasi malalaki company hawak nila eh. So, kaya kilala sila. Na-prove na nila yung sarili. 18 years, imagine. So, yan. Okay? May question po while waiting for our guest speaker. Anyone who wants to share ang kanilang wins for this week? Anything? Yung walang client. Yung share. Mag-share yung walang client. Mag-share yung may win. Kahit walang client, okay lang yun, guys. Mag-share kayo ng anything na learn nyo for the past week. Yung mga, sino yung first time lang naka-attend dito sa webinar natin? Yun, si Angelica nasa Iceland. Nakita ko na naman si Iceland. Hindi na naman ako patutulugin ni Iceland. Angelica Bello. Nakita ko na naman yung Iceland mo. Yan. So may question, guys, sa application. Ano yung gusto nyo Ayun, while waiting pala yun, sa mga nagtatanong dun sa laman pala ng elite, so marami nag-i-inquire. Diba? Yung kasi yung elite kasi, it's level up ng coaching session ko. Pero this time, kasama na yung buong coaches. Sa loob, makikita nyo lahat kasi sa GC natin sa group, kulang-kulang kami, di ba, nakakalat. This time, sa isang GC, nandun lahat ng coaches din. Estate, e-commerce, crypto, basic bookkeeping, admin, nandun kami lahat. So yung full support, hindi naman, sabi ko, hindi naman namin di papansinin yung mga nasa labas. Sumasagot pa naman kami, guys. And ako naman, nasa labas para bigyan kayo ng free webinar. Ang point is, yung mga coaches ko, sabi ko nga sa inyo, busy din yung mga yon. Pero dahil busy sila, I make sure na yung effort naman nila is nabibigyan ng ng value. Kasi we're teaching how to value yourself, di ba? So siguro naman, may value naman. Hindi naman ako zero value, guys. Baka naman, zero value ba tayo? Ba hindi? So, yun yung kakaibahan ng, tapos meron kaming ginawang intern, OJT, referrals. So, yung isa ko pong kliyente nasa loob na ng group, kung baka nagmamatsyag na sa atin. Kaya po sabi ko sa kanya, nung nag-apply ako, sinabi ko talaga may grupo na ng accounting people. So, kung, andyan na pala siya. Kung gusto niyang mamili ng tao, andyan lang kami. So, ayun, yun yung pinaka good thing dun sa, pinapapasok ko yung yes natin. Yun yung maganda sa elite. Kung gusto nyo lang naman, pero kasi imagine 4,000 is 1 year. 1 year na yun, guys. 1 year support na sa amin and yun yung pinaka-advantage ng elite group. And then, na tayo kasi ang dami naming plano sa group talaga. We cannot do it if we cannot move pag walang funds, like yung mga Zoom, yung mga Canva, mamimigay ng Canva, tapos live session para lahat nakakasama. So, it will not benefit lang naman yung nasa loob, pati yung nasa labas. Yun yung way of paying back to community natin. Kasi alam ko naman iba, coach, gusto kong mag-enroll pero wala pa akong client. Diba yun naman talaga struggle natin. Alam ko naman yun, ramdam ko yun, pero sana naman yung ibang capable na sana, pwede naman mag-join just to give back to the community. And then para makita natin accounting peoples 5 to 10 years from now. Samahan nyo kami dun sa vision na yun kasi we're doing our part to grow and ako na bahala mag-connect sa inyo sa mga taong gusto nyo makausap si Donald Trump, saka sino ba? Si Obama. Gawin natin yon. Oo, promise. Total, tawag sa akin connector. Gagawin natin yon. Sino pa? Si Bongbong. Sige, si Bongbong muna. Local muna tayo. Si Duterte na lang. O, yan. So mga ganun, ako na bahalang, si Oprah, ay gusto ko yan, coach. So ang ginagawa ko ngayon, ako na nagko-connect sa international client, papasok sa atin. So sabi ko nga, ako na lang si connector. Lahat ng coaches na maririnig nyo sa may February, puro international. Yun yung naka-oo na sila sa akin, wala na silang magawa kundi umuo. So February pa lang yan, puro free webinar na kayo sa amin. What more sa loob? Yun lang yun. Diba? So ano pang gusto nyo request? Anong makita sa group, sa mga artista, ganon? Gusto nyo ba yung artista tayo? Artista, si Doc Manny Calayan, gusto nyo? Friends ko siya sa Facebook Makikita kami. Promise, totoo, kaibigan ko siya. Ayaw nyo maniwala. Kaibigan ko si Doc Manny. Pag sa nagbago yung ilong ko, alam nyo na. Pag gumanda ako, is yan. Si Doc Manny yan, no? Yan. Promise. Si Doc Calayan. Meron po. Totoo, promise. Kami nagkakilala kami ng pandemic. Kasi pero kami raketera. Nauutusan ko pa siya. Nakita ko, naka-YouTube to, no? Baka mag-si Doc Manny. Hindi, totoo naman. Magkaibigan kami niyan. Tapos tumatawag yung madaling araw. Yan. Nasaan yung kliyente mo? She's here. Tori, are you here? Yeah, okay, all right. Our guest speaker.
I am here.
Yeah, our second guest speaker is here. So again, thank you so much, Tori, and good morning.
Good morning. How is everyone?
Yeah, you're so beautiful this morning. I love it.
It's the lighting.
We both wearing glasses. Maybe I should do my hairstyle. But anyway, thank you, Tori, for being here. And again, thank you so much for saying yes to me. I think we just met last week, right? Or this Monday? I think
just this week. Yep.
Just this week. So ganun kabilis si Miss Yen. Just this week we just met and I was able to invite her to speak in this community. Sorry, just to give you an idea what is accounting people, although I mentioned it to you. This is a group of fellow bookkeeper, accountant, and CPA. because as pandemic hits, we realized there's a potential of working from home. So I built this community way back 2021, and as we grow, we do this kind of free webinar just to empower people the opportunities and be in the community of helping people and helping their personality, not only in the career, but for themselves. All right. So, okay, without further ado, maybe Tori, you can introduce yourself because I know I already researched your profile, but just to give an idea, who is Tori from Canada? Okay. Are you going to share your slide?
I do have slides. If you'd like me to share them, I can. Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Tori.
All right. So good morning, everybody. It's nice to see everybody, or I guess it's good evening over there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning
and good evening.
Thank you.
Good morning.
All right, so I am a little bit old school with using PowerPoint slides, so I hope everybody is okay with that.
That's totally
So to start, I will tell you a little bit about myself. I am a risk management professional in the financial industry serving Canadian agriculture. So I have been with a company called Farm Credit Canada for the last 15 years. And 9 years before that in another government department, but all within the Canadian agriculture sector. Also at the same time, professional development and growth has been really dear and near to my heart for the last 22 years. Most recently, I am a student of Bob Proctor and Tony Robbins. So I'm not sure if all of you are familiar with Bob Proctor and Tony Robbins, but they are amazing thought leaders, and they've really helped me to change my life. I'm a certified law of attraction practitioner through thought leader Joe Vitale. I am a vision board facilitator. I am a mom, a wife, a stepmom, a dog mom, and a cat mom. So this little guy here is my almost 11-year-old son. These are our two kitties, Sophie and Starlight, and our husky, Mika. Just a little fun fact about myself is I love pistachio, all things. And I have also always believed that I am meant to be more. So I'm not sure if you all can relate to that at all, but that is really my big driving force. So that is a little bit about me. So I am with the Untethered University, and at the Untethered University, we have a vision statement that we want to create a safe and inclusive space for clients to break through their personal obstacles and unleash their greatest potential. Because as Coach, is it Coach Yan Yan? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, thank you, Coach Yan Yan.
Okay, so as Coach Yan Yan said, you know, we all really strive to be more, do more, have more. And so I've really embraced that, and that's what the Untethered University is about. With a mission statement of inspiring you to create your compelling tomorrows today. And so what that is really just embracing your tomorrow, and let's make the best of it. So just a couple questions. Do you ever find yourself searching for something or working really hard to an end and trading your life to do what it is that you're doing, and then hoping that you'll have the money at the end of the day to do something fun with that?
Yeah.
Well, I am also here to tell you that life is actually about growing, and that freedom, that feeling of freedom, is an internal job. And what I found astounding through my studies is that there's really only 3% of people that are living the life that they truly desire, and a life of their own choosing, a life by design and not by default. Because as we start adulting, we tend to just get into this default and very routine sort of day. And today, I hope that one thing you take away from it is that freedom is your birthright. It is something that you are truly deserving of. So at the Untethered University, our goal is freedom. And so the framework that we work through at the Untethered University is directed to you, your goals, your growth, and your results. And so we do a three-tiered approach. First one being self-discovery. The second one is deciding for you that you're ready for a change. And the third one is living your life by design. And so today we're going to focus on the discovery piece of visioning and goal setting. And so ultimately at the Untethered University, sorry, just flipping my pages here. I don't want to miss anything. So we first start by discovering what it is that you really want. And then we create a roadmap to work towards that freedom. And then in the third step, ultimately, we guide your mindset to the right place to achieve these goals. But for today, we're going to focus very deliberately on your vision and your goal setting. So I guess just a question, how many folks here have goals?
You can type on the chat box, guys, if you want to answer.
Okay. And then yes, I guess, Yan, if there's any questions, by all means, just hop in. I'm open to questions just throughout.
Thank you.
Then the second question, I guess, is how many of you have your goals written down? Awesome. So then I'm going to take a step back moment and just ask how many people started writing their goals with a vision in mind of an end goal of what they really, really dream of doing. George is all in. Is it George? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah.
That's right.
Good. I see Miriam has her hand up. No?
That's okay, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So the reason I became really passionate about this topic is that at some point in our life and, you know, becoming an adult, a lot of us lost our ability to dream, or we kind of forgot to do it, you know, where we go to school, we graduate, we go to university, you know, maybe we get married and have children. And so we kind of start to get onto the spectrum of, you know, everybody else's expectations, if you would. There's kind of that spectrum of activities that everybody's expected to follow along. And sometimes we get lost in that and we lose our sense of wonder. And so for today, I just want to remind you that your life belongs entirely to you and only you. And if there's the tiniest fiber of you that is starting to feel uncomfortable on this hamster wheel, just run the other way. And even if it makes you feel uncomfortable, let's just do that just for today. So I just wanted to do just a little quick overview of what vision is versus goals. So sometimes these words are used interchangeably, but one actually drives the other. And so a vision is seeing something in your imagination that you want to exist in your reality or your dreams. And visioneering is the engineering of that vision. Then, once you've set your vision, you set goals, which are the actions that we take to bring our visions into reality. So this is Mr. Bob Proctor. And one of my favorite quotes by Bob Proctor is that thoughts become things. And if you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. And I think this quote is very profound. And I guess I just ask, what do you dream about? And what are you willing to bring into your life? So just for a moment, I want you to picture this. You're sitting on a beach in a remote part of the world. You feel the warm sun beaming down on your face. It's neither too hot nor too cold. It is just right. You casually take a sip of a cold, fruity beverage as you stare out from your beachfront balcony over the beautiful water. Then you blink, and it's like a dream, and it's gone. It's vanished, and your heart sinks just a little bit. If you think that this is an unattainable goal, then you're already losing the battle. Because as Mr. Ford once said, if you believe you can or you believe you cannot, you are right. So these are the beliefs that can often stop you from achieving your goals. And I encourage you to be aware of what your thoughts are. The universe, or whomever you believe in, is waiting for you to work on your visualization so it can bring about what you truly desire and bring it into your reality. So another question for you is, what are you ready to bring into your reality? So just to get you into the mode of visualization, is everybody okay with doing about a 5-minute meditation? Is everybody okay with that? It's actually a visualization of your perfect day. And I'm not gonna lie, that it is a recording of somebody else today. I didn't quite have time to pull together my own recording. So I hope that you're okay with that. So this is a visualization of your perfect day. So if everybody could just get comfortable with your feet flat on the ground and your hands on your laps. And if you're uncomfortable with your cameras on, that's okay. I think it would be okay, Yan Yan, if everybody put their cameras off, whatever you're comfortable with. So I just want to make sure that this is going to work here. So I need to share my sound. And Coach Yan Yan, could you give me just a thumbs up if you can hear the sound in just a moment?
Okay.
Grand Rising friends, today's practice is a visualization practice, envisioning our perfect day, what it would look like.
No sound?
Yeah, we can hear it.
You can hear the video playing?
Like what it would feel like if you were able to achieve a day full of love, happiness, and joy. Visualization is daydreaming with a purpose, and so I invite you to sit back, relax, and daydream what your perfect day would look like. Settling into our breaths and settling into our bodies. I invite you to close your eyes or keep them open to a soft gaze, whatever feels right for you. Lying down or sitting up, just bringing attention to our bodies and what it needs to be completely at ease. And now noticing the breath and its natural rhythm. Taking a moment just to notice how we are breathing in this moment. Maybe our inhales can be a bit longer and the out breath a little deeper. Each breath bringing us closer to our center. Each breath drawing us inward. Noticing the way that the air enters your nostrils on the in-breath, and noticing how it leaves on the out-breath. And together, taking a deep inhale in through the nose, letting it all go through the mouth. Arriving into this present moment. Now I want you to envision what your perfect day would look and feel like. So we begin waking up in our beds, opening our eyes. What is it that you see first? And maybe you notice you're in a room filled with sunshine. You can see the beach, or maybe it's the ocean. Or maybe you notice you are just where you are, in your bed, familiar surroundings. Noticing the colors on the walls, the flooring beneath you. Taking a moment now just to notice what it would feel like to wake up and begin your perfect day. Now notice what you would do next. Maybe you begin your routine, or maybe you sleep a little bit longer. Noticing what it is that you would do next to create your perfect day. As your day begins, notice who you would be with, what you'd be doing, and where you are. Are you in the same place that you live now? Or are you in a new location? What's the weather like? Is it hot? Is it cold? Tropical? Or the desert? Are you going to work? Are you meeting your friends? Or maybe you're still at home. Notice what it feels like. What would a perfect day feel like? If everything was in your control and fear wasn't an option, what would your perfect day feel and look like? What would you eat? What would you be wearing? Would you be driving, walking, taking the bus? Would you be free? Would you be light? What would it feel like to live in a way that was serving you? No obligations, no comparisons, and no competition. What would your day look like? And now it's nighttime. And now you have a moment to look back on your day and express gratitude for all that you've done. What are you grateful for at the end of the day? And now bringing our minds back into the present moment, back into where we are in our reality. I want you to take a moment to create a mantra or an affirmation. for your perfect day. Maybe that's I am focused. I am energized. I am productive. I am loved. I am safe. I am right on time. What's a mantra or affirmation that you could use to define your perfect day? And once you have this mantra, just silently repeat it to yourself. And together, taking a deep inhale in through the nose and letting it all go through the mouth. Becoming present to our bodies, into the room, to sounds, any sensations. Maybe inviting movement back into our hands and into our toes. And whenever it feels right for you, slowly and gently opening your eyes and thanking yourself for being in practice.
And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that visualization. I'm just
I saw
realizing
myself
that
on the beach. I'm on the beach.
you're on the beach.
Yes.
It is, yeah. I also woke up in a beach home. I'm like, whoa, hello. But it is like, it's minus, I think, 16 today, which isn't too bad, but I definitely would like to be on that beach. So this is I love this guided visualization, and it's something that I do start my day with. I do feel like it's just it really starts my day off on the right foot, and especially just being in gratitude. And so what would it look like and feel like if you could craft your perfect day? And what would you do and where would you go? And all it takes is one thought. And so what we're going to do now, just for a couple minutes, is I would like you to just kind of write down or jot down what came up for you on your perfect day. What did that day look like? Were there any feelings that really stood out to you? Who might you have been with? And to really feel into that vision, it's really important to attach a feeling to that. So we'll just take a moment to write down a few things that came up for you during the visualization. I'm not sure if people would like some time to do that. Otherwise, I could just keep going. All right, looks like folks are focused. So while you're visualizing and when you're coming up with your vision, there are generally 7 areas that folks think about. Another thought leader is Jack Canfield and his success principles. And he comes up with these 7. And so the 7 are the professional and career. What are you working at? Are you volunteering? So it's really looking at how are you spending your days? And then there's your personal and your health. So looking at your self-care, your growth and self-awareness, your mindset. And what about your leisure? What are you doing to relax, to take care of you? Are you traveling? And then for education, are you committed to continual learning? And what are you learning about? Maybe you want to learn a new hobby. Your financial and your contributions. Are you giving generously? Are you open to receiving? Your family and your relational. You know, you're looking at your positive outcomes and looking at who do you surround yourself with. As it's been proven that you're a result of the 5 people in your closest inner circle, and that you very often take on the traits of those folks. So who are you surrounding yourself with? And then spiritual. Do you have a daily prayer practice? Do you practice gratitude? What does that look like for you? So these are the 7 areas that very often are thought about when you're coming up with your vision. Now, through the visualization exercise, there are a lot of questions that you can ask yourself and that you can start to come up with your vision. I can share this with Coach Yan Yan, and she can share this visualization exercise with you. And then you could take some time to kind of go through these questions. You know, kind of like, what is the first thing that you see when you wake up? And where are you and who you're with? What do you do after work? What and where do you eat? What do you wear? So these are also things that you can do as a second visualization exercise that you can start to really create your vision for yourself. So with visualization, it is a tool where you can start to create a strong mental image of what it is that you desire. And so once you've written down a lot of these ideas, then it's important to put your vision into pictures, because it's proven that the brain can process images 60,000 times faster than words. So it's very important then to attach pictures to your vision. And then you can start to feel into it and start to visualize it coming to be. And then you want to put those pictures somewhere where you can see it every single day. So now we're going to talk a bit about goal setting. So we all have them, big and small. But how effective are we at setting goals? Turning your dreams into plans can feel a little bit intimidating at times, and sometimes it may not seem like a worthwhile exercise because we tend to get just very busy with our day-to-day life. But we all deserve to tap into that life that we truly want, and we all deserve that freedom. Does anyone know what the biggest mistake is that people make when setting goals? It is a negative mindset. And so if you think about this, if you're going to reach a goal that you feel is out of reach, or are you going to reach a goal that you believe and that you're confident in? I think you probably know the answer, but how we get to feel positive and confident about our goals. So number 1, we know that every day is progress. Each day you work towards your goal, even if it's little, it's still progress. Slow progress is still progress. And those are things to be proud of every single day. Number 2, you turn any downfall into a win. The road might be bumpy at times, and don't get discouraged. You want to take time to reflect on that, learn from it, and adjust your path. Take the time that you need to learn and leave the rest behind, because everything, I believe, happens as it should. And remember to be gentle with yourself along this road. It is important. Don't set too many goals that are too strict, as goal setting is not to be disciplinary, but motivating. We are very busy people, and we can't always dedicate our time to these types of exercises. So we want to be gentle with ourselves and our goals, and know that imperfection is okay, because this is our own journey and it isn't for anybody else. So whatever your goals are, and for whatever purpose, you want to keep them front of mind, but most of all, you want to keep them true to the most important person, and that is you. And remember, you want to set goals that you want to achieve, not what you think you can achieve. And also, you want to set goals that are your own and not somebody else's. So this is just a basic compass for you to start to build your vision. Your vision is ultimately established with a longer term view of doing the things that you love doing every day with purpose. And so, and your purpose is doing exactly what you love to do. Then you set your goals and move into the direction of your vision. There's no playing it safe by simply going after what you think you can do, because you don't want to limit what you're capable of doing. And ultimately, this is where your compelling tomorrows come into play. So my hope is that I've encouraged you to start to create a vision for your future, and one that helps you to be intentional and aligned with how you imagine your life to be, and ultimately that freedom. So, Coach Yanyan, I'm not sure if it's okay. I just have just a couple offerings through the Untethered University that kind of complement the vision and goal setting practice. And so if you need help getting started, as often some folks aren't sure where to start, we do offer a vision board light package, which is the creation of a vision board and really working through a boutique experience and a really set methodology, and in a form of self-care, and then ultimately teaching how to embody that vision board experience and start to bring a vision to life. If you're ready to dream a bit bigger and start to take action, there's also the Dream Vision Boarding Package, which it's about a 6-hour vision boarding experience. And then we go into some different exercises to start to bring this into reality through journaling, through goal setting and action planning, as well as some accountability calls to keep you on track and start getting you working towards your visions. And then there is also a full Untethered program, which ultimately offers everything that we just talked about, as well as a 4-month transformation program that works through the self-discovery, decision, and design processes, and includes accountability as well as one-on-one weekly sessions. So I do want to thank you, Coach Yanyan, for this opportunity and just putting it out there on social media. I've really loved taking the opportunity to do this.
Thank you so much, Tori. Do you have any question, guys? So again, feel free to reach Tori. Maybe, do you have YouTube channel, pages, LinkedIn account, so they can follow you as well?
So I do have just a couple things which I can share with you. So I'm a little bit behind in the social media platforms. I'm a little bit old school, but I'm working at getting everything updated. But yes, I can share everything with you. My full name is Tori Kearns-Hutton, and so you can find me under that username in Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And then I do have a webpage as well, which is the untethereduniversity.com.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. If anybody would love to connect, I would love to connect as well. And as a free gift, just to say thank you, I'd like to share with you also Bob Proctor's decision article. As ultimately, decisions are where everything starts. And so I would love to share that article with you, and just to get everybody thinking about their own visions and their goals. So, and I guess I didn't take as much time as you were hoping. It's only 7:09.
It's okay. Thank you so much, sir. That's so valuable. And I love the goal setting and the part of, meditation. It's been a long time I did this meditation. I hope everybody enjoyed the meditation, 5 minutes. Again, I see myself on the beach, it's so relaxing. Maybe we have the same vision on that 5 minutes. They want beach, relaxed place, and then go back to reality. But the point is, where do you want to go after this webinar? What is really something, maybe after this webinar, you can post in social media. What is your takeaways? Because I remember Tori said, what is your mantra? Right? So this is also always telling you guys, every little thing that you do daily is something leading to your goals. I think me and Tori is same with that kind of mindset. That's why I always do the webinar. This kind of activity is also towards your goal. It doesn't mean you're just sitting and listening. It doesn't mean it doesn't align to your goal. This is something aligned to your goal because you really want to improve yourself daily, want to listen, want to learn more, excited to learn, to listen, to meet other people. So this is something good for your career, for yourself. And again, thank you so much, Tori, for again saying yes. And I'm looking forward to have you again in the upcoming webinars. So let me know if you want to discuss more about your package and offer to us. So again, we will follow you on your social media account as well.
Amazing. I look
Yeah.
forward to connecting with you, and you know what, networking and being around like-minded people is really important. It's really important who you surround yourself with, and I would love to connect with you. So thank you so much for allowing me to come on to your meeting today.
Have a picture taking. We love pictures, so let's go. Okay.
Well, I'll keep that in mind, and I will give you
I'll share it
lots of
with you.
photos.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Tori. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tori.
Night.
Okay, we'll go back to reality. It's Tagalog time. Nag-enjoy ba kayo sa webinar tonight? Happy
Yes
ba
po.
kayo?
Yes.
Baka naman nakikinig lang kayo, wala kayong gagawin bukas. Sabi nyo kasi sabi dun sa ano,
Meron.
Ang sarap
List
ng
your
gawa.
goals.
Diba? From shifting career to meditation. So
Yes.
again, thank you so much. But again, if you have more questions about freelancing, yung wala pang client, yung gustong sumama sa elite, kaya ako lang to pina-plug kasi again, this is something worth to invest. Kung sa free nga nag-e-enjoy na kayo, what more sa paid? Anong aabangan niyo sa akin? Sabi si Obama, lalabas lang bigla sa elite eh. Oh. Si Doc Manny lalabas sa elite. Bahala kayo dyan.
Looking forward to that.
Seriously, but again, something gusto namin mabigyan pa kayo ng mas valuable. So, kasi yung Zoom na to galing kay Sir George. So, siyempre, dapat gusto namin live naman, may StreamYard, meron na tayong pagsisave ng files, yung mga moderator ba na-assist kayo? Pag may tanong, sabihin nyo kung hindi para ma-address namin, para ma-level up namin yung services namin sa inyo. Okay? Yun lang naman. And then, if you have question more about it, sa mga nagtatanong ko ano ba yung coverage nun, iulitin ko lang kung bakit level up siya. Kasi nga, yung mga nag-coaching na sa akin, tingin ko naman na satisfied. Yung mga hindi pa, ang ginagawa ko kasi doon, sabi ko nga, since pinagdaanan ko na lahat yung pagdadaanan nyo, is alam ko kung saan kayo nahihirapan sa proposal, sa interview, sa materials, kung ano ipapakita nyo kay client. Tapos sa marketing din, kasi dito po ako mas nag-i-emphasize sa marketing. Kung nakita nyo kanina umaga, wala naman na tayong ginagawa, nire-refer na lang tayo ng kung sino-sino. Kasi bakit? I do my marketing correctly lang. Na hindi na kayo mahirapan mag-apply kasi na-build nyo na yung marketing nyo slowly. So yun yung mga iaaralin natin sa loob. And again, connection. Bibigyan ko lahat ng connection sa mga nakikilala ko. Una na dyan yung Bedrock, susunod na dyan yung Sonic PA, meron pa tayong ibang makakasamang mga accounting firm. Yung isa kong client, tinatanong niya kailan daw siya mag-guest, accounting firm siya. Kaso busy lang siya sa tax ngayon kasi may tax season. Pero sabihan ko lang daw siya kung kailan. Actually, isa sa member natin nakapasok pala doon. Yung pinost ko na tax preparer, andun na nga siya, kasama ko siya ngayon doon. So, magkasama kami. So, ganun siya nag-work. Pag may sinabi ako, ito-refer ko, papapasukin natin. Pero syempre, pinipili naman ni client yung i-interviewin niya. So, yun yung mga ginagawa kong way para matulungan kayo. Kung gustuin ko man kayo lahat may intern, hindi ko ma-cater. Kaya nga sinama ko yung buong coaches ko this time para lahat kayo mabigyan ng chance mag-intern, mag-OJT. Yan, si Sir George nandyan si Coach Joel, nandyan ka ba? Andiyan si Coach Joel for sure. Ay, kinig yan dyan. Ay, wala na siya. Pero nandiyan siya kanina. Marami pang iba na mag-coach na tutulong sa inyo. Okay? May questions ba kayo dun sa mangyayari sa Elite? Pag-start po kami sa Feb 19, 9 a.m. Ang nasa loob na po, nasa 80 na kaming Elite. Ang lakas makasosyal. Di ba, Elite? Nasa mga elitista dyan. Kaway-kaway mga elitista. Yan, ay si Hazel, ayan na si Rowell, ilan na sila, nasa loob na sila ng Elite. So, medyo active na din. Active naman kami sa lahat, pero syempre, nandun pa rin yung medyo special, nasa special range sila in a way. Yun, kasi nga, it's worth their time and investment. Imagine, again, 1 year yon. 1 year nyo kami mai-enjoy sa loob.
Kala
Okay?
ko coach for life.
Pwede naman. Kasi pag nagka-client na kayo, for sure naman, it will go back naman yun paying back to the community. Kasi ang dami naming plan foundation. So nga magkaroon ng foundation.
Yes, talagang support
Support.
system.
So
Yung-
magkaroon ng foundation. Sa mga,
Maganda yung tulungan, di ba?
at saka yung collaboration nyo sa isa't isa. Kaya tandaan nyo yung mga katabi nyo dyan.
Pag yung pag merong mahirap na task. Uy, bakit di ba? Mga ganun.
Makapag-collab kayo doon. And then, again, lagi lang kayong attend. Kung libre naman, basta maingay naman ako, nakikita nyo naman ako, basta pag libre, attend lang. Meron ulit tayo sa Feb 15, saka sa Feb 17. Tapos may enroll agent tayo sa Sabado, alas 7 ng gabi. So, hindi, 15 naman. Dapat 14 siya magiging. Sabi ko, hindi kita gugulin sa date mo. Sige, sa 15 na tayo. So, yun.
Coach, may mga tanong ata.
Ano po yan?
May tanong lang ata. Merly Nares.
Ito po. Malalaman nyo ba kung kailan kayo nag-member sa Accounting People? Kasi nag-member mga dati ng member, malalaman nyo naman kung member na kayo. Naka-promo na 4,000. Ayan, one-time payment. Pag cash, pag installment, 2,500 hanggang February 18. Pero kasi yung nagbayad ng hanggang Feb 15, magsa-start na kami sa Feb 19. Doon yung proposal, yung optimization, yung online jobs, yung Upwork hacks nandito. Tapos sunod-sunod na yung getting interview, yung mga hacks ko, paano mag-interview, paano i-negotiate yung rate, yung oras. So yun, so matuturuan ko kayo kasi iba nag-work, nakakakuha ng client yung approach ko ang ginagawa nila. So tuturuan ko kayo ng tamang approach doon. Yung mga question nyo na magkano ba yung dapat singilin, paano po yung flexible miss yan, paano po ba magsimula, ano po bang kulang sa akin, ba't di ako napapansin. Malalaman nyo doon. Tapos since meron na ako, nandito si Julie. Ano ba si Julie? Nandito si Julie kasi ang gagawin na namin, nung dati nag-coaching kasi ako, meron akong tracker, pero this time may katulong na ako magta-track. Lalagyan na namin sa inyo kung sino nakagawa ng assignment.
Yes, coach, nandito ako.
Ayun. So siya yung mag-check kung may assignment lahat, tapos hindi pwedeng walang assignment lahat. Nanggagarote po tayo. Kasi hindi, pag nagpunta kayo sa coaching session ko, kung di lang naman di kayo susunod, diba, hindi ako nakatulong. So dapat, pag may sinabi akong gawin nyo, mag-loom kayo, maggawa kayo ng ganito, susundin nyo. Kasi para sa inyo din yon, di ba? Kaya yung mentoring ko is more on guiding you. Ano ba talaga yung dapat isang freelancer? Paano kayo magiging successful at paano kayo magkakaroon ng retaining clients through freelancing? Di ba? Tapos building an agency na susunod. So, ano po yun? Ano po? Ayan. Yes, teacher. Opo, may intern po. Meron po, ang dami pong sina Sir George nandun na po. Meron kami pinaplano. Siyempre may test din kami gagawin sa makakapasa sa intern para hindi kami mapahiya kay client. Yan. Ano po, weekends po lagi tayo gagawin yung mga coaching kasi may mga trabaho din po tayo sa araw. So, yung weekend ko po is is bibigay. Yan. Yes, may mga nag-i-intern na po sa sa batch, sa coaching session ko, 6 na sila nag-intern sa akin. Nakita nila yung actual QBO. Sila nag-handle. Kasi tuturuan din paano mag-bank recon eh. Kasi bakit? Kapag nakahawak na kayo ng actual QuickBooks, doon kayo magkakaroon ng lakas ng loob makapag-interview kay client kasi alam niyo na paano siya i-navigate, di ba? So, ganon. And then, yun, meron ding group session, group coaching. kahit gustuin ko man sana one-on-one, alam ko may mga one-on-one pa akong utang sa batch ko kasi 1 oras yung one-on-one, pero hindi kinakaya ng oras ko kasi ang haba. Masaya sana siya pero sobrang ang haba. Kaya ang mangyayari by coaching session is by group, baka by location. Tapos may plan akong puntahan kayo kung sa malalapit lang na Bulacan, kaya mga Pampanga, kaya natin yan. Bataan, Sir George, o dalanan namin dyan. So, ganyan, Batangas, Cavite, Rizal, Pasay, kung saan man mas malapit. Mas priority lang po sana yung elite kasi again, yung ininvest nila doon is para ibalik namin yung favor sa kanila. 'Di ba? Kasi elite is, again, yung mga time ng mga coaches is valuable. Nandun sila sa loob. May mga client din sila pero nagbigay sila ng way na mag-invest ng oras para i-OJT. Yes po, iko-qualified na po kayo doon sa mga e-com, makaka-discount po kayo kay Sir Neil. Basta elite member kayo, lahat ng lalabas pong lahat na lalabas na tawag dito na courses, may mga crypto, AU, discounted po kayo ng 30%. Yan, yun po yun. Tapos magkakaroon ako ng actual navigation sa Pifolz. Pakita ko yung isang libro ng client ko sa loob. Sa mga elitista, magkakaroon kami ng kung paano siya ginagawa, paano siya nire-recon, paano kayo makipag-usap sa client kapag pinakita niyo yung QuickBooks. Kasi, yun nga, ang goal is kapag sa interview, mapapa-on si client. Di ba doon naman kayo nahihirapan? May question ba dito? Tapos may free basic bookkeeping na si Ma'am Beth. Tapos si Roma sa Zero, meron kami sa Feb 25, libre yon sa Elite. So, meron ding libre sa QBO. Kinukuha lang namin yung schedule ni Julia. So, ang Elite, maraming libre pa na free training sa loob. Bukod sa coaching ko, bukod pa dun sa mga free webinar, bukod sa referral ko, marami. Yun lang yung masasabi ko. Normally po weekends, nagkataon lang may tatamaan lang ako kay Sir Neil na Feb 18-19 siya sa gabi sa e-commerce. Pero malamang 7 p.m. lagi. Weekend 7 p.m. o weekends 9 a.m. Tapos meron po pre-recorded naman po yun. And then again, 1 year nyo yun. 1 year nyo mas ma-enjoy yung mga free ng mga coaches. Bigla na lang sila magpapatawag na tara, mag-QuickBooks tayo. Pasok kayo. So, ganun yung gagawin. Okay? You have more question para mahaba-haba na tayo. 2 hours din. Happy ba kayo guys? And then pa-post na lang sa social media yung mga takeaways nyo kasi para next year matandaan nyo kung nasan journey na kayo. Uy, last year nandun lang ako kay Miss Yan ngayon. Sino si Miss Yan yan? Hindi na ako kilala. Yun. Kasi dami ko ng pera, hindi ko na siya maalala. Diba? Yan. Si Sarel natatawa sa akin. Hindi maalala kayo. May mga inaano pa kami yan. Madami kami yan. And then minsan, message nyo ako, the more na message nyo ako, naaalala ko kayo. Hindi, sumasagot naman ako pag kaya ko, di ba? Sino dito yung, di ba? Pag kaya ko naman, sumasagot naman ako eh. Bulabugin nyo ako. Sumasagot ako kasi, customer support na po ang bagong trabaho. Yan.
Coach, meron nakataas kamay. Hindi ko lang
yan?
kung kanina pa to. Annie Rose, may tanong kayo?
Okay lang yun, Miko. Sige ka nandun. Ilan po kayo si Miko eh. May tanong kayo guys, yung mga newbie sa freelancing kasi ang dami niyo talagang tanong, promise. Naguguluhan na kayo sa dami yung napapanood, ano ba susundin niyo. Pero yung sa 12-day challenge, maganda naman yung ginawa doon, mga nasa 12-day challenge po. Sundan niyo lang yon. Pero meron pa talagang ibang way, marami pang way paano kayo makakuha ng client. Okay? May ginagawa si Miss Yan yan, paano saan siya nakakasuot. Yun. Yun yung may papayo ko lang sa inyo. Ayan. O, ano po ako eh? Octopus po ako eh. Ayan. May question pa guys para we can sana makita namin kayo sa loob kasi hanggang Feb 15 lang yung tapos next tuloy-tuloy naman yung coaching session ko eh. Masipag naman ako magdumaldal. Diba? So, question guys. So, sana makita-kita tayo sa loob. Start na kami sa FF 19. And then, mapipil nyo doon yung pagiging, ang sarap pakinggan, di ba? Ang yaman, elitista. Lakas makayaman. Manifest nyo yun. Be in elite. Yan. Okay, no more question. Nag-picture taking naman tayo. Lang po yun ang inaabangan niyo. Referrer, sino ba nag-assist sa inyo? May mga admin, si Mavic, si G, si Lalay. Ako namili nung elite kasi pinamilian kami elite, gold, exclusive. So lahat kami nag-come up with the elite. Diba? Makalas makayaman. Gold talaga. Tapos pinalitan namin gold and black para totally rebrand kasi pera yun. Yan. Okay po. Wala nang tanong, yung mga nahihiya dyan, ang problema sa client, may mga sagot, iba na ano daw isasagot, saan daw mag-a-apply. Ituturo ko yon pati Upwork optimization. Paano kayo may interview sa Upwork. Okay? And then, ang ginagawa ko na ngayon sa online jobs, first time kong ginawa, nag-apply ako, pero hindi ko sinabing ako. Sabi ko, mayroon akong grupo. Sumusumali. Nandun siya sa loob ng accounting peoples ngayon. Nagmamatsyag sa atin. Accounting firm. Actually, marami ng foreigner sa loob, di ba? Andiyan si Nathan, si Joe, si Aaron, si Hudson, nandun din yung isa kong operations manager ako. Yun ba, meron pa kami, di ba, bookkeeping metrics. Hindi ba si Noemi? Taga-accounting people din si Noemi. Nag-hire, may na rin yata silang na-hire coming from accounting people. So, nagkalat naman yung opportunities. All you have to do is just ano lang, be equipped lang, ready. And then, lakas ng loob. Tibay ng dibdib at kapal ng mukha. Okay? 3 yon. Tandaan nyo yan. Paano po ma-add sa FB? Nasa grupo ng elite, nasa FB group, nasa Skype, isi-send ko po yung link. Ako lang po kasi may karapatang ano doon, mag-accept muna. Kasi ang dami nag-a-add. Ang daming gustong pumasok. Yun. Pinifilter pa po namin. So kung medyo natagal na kami sa payment, pinifilter po ng finance team kasi yung mga pumapasok. We're now 83 and counting. So, forecast ko 500 tayo sa February. Diba? So, ko yun. So, nyo ba 500 tayo?
Bali, ang ilalagay po sa referrer kung sino po yung nag-send ng email, ng invitation.
Sino po nag-invite? Sino po sa inyo nag-invite?
Dito po sa email ko, Harold Buko.
Si Harold po. Kasi po, kasi nga po, since ano na kami, nag-distribute kami ng tasks. So, sila na bahala doon. Although minsan sumasagot ako, pero yung kung sino nag-send ng email. Kasi, again, we're growing. So, we need some support. Malay nyo, mag-iisa kayong admin sa susunod. Pag lumaki na tayo. Diba? Hindi natin masabi. Di, totoo. Kasi, gano'n na kami nagsimula. Diba kami, ilan na kami ngayon? 15, 18 na kami. And naghahanap ako ng coaches. Nag-build ako, namimili ako ng coach. Pero tama naman yung mga napili ko. Hindi naman ako nagkamali. So, ayan. Counting film. Yes, okay. Paano po kung 3 yung nag-email? 3 yung nag-email. Siguro nakulitan ka na, no? Sino yung unang nag-email? Sino yung si Miss Tess? Consistent sila kasi nga na, diba? Okay. Wala nang question. Happy ba kayo? Sana nakatulong ako sa gabi nyo. Sana na-inspire kayo sa mga nag-talk and sana pagbutihan yung mga anak. Ang nanay nyo ay nandito lang. Pagbutihan nyo para meron tayong hamon sa Pasko. Ay, sa Valentine's pala. May ka-date tayo sa Valentine's. Ayan. Ayan. Thank you so much, guys. And ayan. I-upload na lang namin to sa YouTube channel ko pampadami ng views. 2 hours. Ewan ko na lang kung di ko ma-reach yung 4,000 hours na yan. Okay, good night, guys.